So, and now should I go over it for about 6 minutes? That's a 6 minutes call. I'll spend ages on that. Yeah. Record. Recording in progress. Okay, so can you all see me? Finish Saber.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so in the morning we are going over a quick recap. Forming passive sentences. Okay? Passive sentences and the verb lassen in German. Basically, so let me start with the passive again. The passive is when hey, I don't know. Gemini, the ChatGPT, yes, and yes, so passive voice in German. The passive voice describes an action where the subject is the recipient of the action, not the doer. Huh? Forget it. Let's forget the definition. Was it? The passive voice is formed using the conjugated form of the auxiliary verb werden plus the participle zwei of the main verb. Okay. So in the present tense, I am writing a letter. Okay. So the active sentence, let me change the table now. So I am writing a letter will be what? I'm writing a letter in German.
Ich schreibe
Schreibe
den Brief.
a letter. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
ich
writing.
schreibe einen.
Oder ja klar, ich schreibe den Brief. I am writing the letter. Okay. So when you say the letter is being written, okay, the passive is when we we don't mention the doer of the sentence, the doer of the one performing the action, but the emphasis is always on what the action being performed. Okay, and always the direct object. Collins, you have to mute.
Okay.
And always the direct object becomes what the main what subjects. Okay, yeah, because when you say the letter is written, you can't say the letter is written. Okay, but the letter is being written. It's been written, sorry. So ich schreibe den Brief oder in passiv. Der Brief wird geschrieben. Okay, the participle form of what the main verb. So main verb is schreiben and the participle zwei is what hat geschrieben, but then geschrieben, yeah.
Okay,
So
what about the letter is written, oder?
yeah, so we
Just
have
as it been
we have
written.
we have
Yeah.
two types. No, we have two types of passive, but then we have the Zustand passive. The Zustand is the current condition. So we have two types of passive. We have the Zustand passive and when your friend say this type of passive. Let me see. Hmm. I'm not going to teach the Zustand passive, but then I just want to know the name. Okay. What is it? So the Zustand passive, yeah, is the one with the sign. Then what's this one? What's the name? Uh, the action. Rather the active have foregang passive. Yeah, I just wanted the name foregang passive. So we have two types of passive sentences. That's when the emphasis is more on what the object or the action being performed what on the object. Okay, yeah. So we have the state passive as the condition. The Zustand means the condition or the state, the current state. Okay, then the active is what the action is still what is being done. Okay, like the active passive is that's the active, the action is still being performed on what the now. Okay, or the on the direct object, which is now what the main now, the main subject of the sentence. So this sentence is the passive, is the active passive. Okay, so the letter is being what written means the letter is still being what in the process of being what's written is the action is not done. But then when the action is done, then we come to the Zustand passive, the current state, it is done. So instead of with the passive, with the Zustand passive, it will be what the brief ist geschrieben. Now the letter is what written. So the brief ist geschrieben is different from ich habe den Brief geschrieben. I have what written the letter. Ich habe den Brief geschrieben. But then the letter is being written, has been written. Der Brief ist geschrieben or the letter is written. The Brief ist geschrieben. But then when you are saying it is in the active form of being written, the letter is being written, then it's what the active passive. The Brief wird geschrieben. Right now, I'm not teaching you the system. I just wanted to mention it. Collins asked the question, that's what about is so and so. The is is also a form of passive sentence, but then that's when the action is being done. So we can find the purpose. I mean, so so the in the normal sentence, I am washing my car. But if I share my auto, okay, I am washing my car. It's what this is what the active sentence. Okay, this is the active sentence. Active sentence. Okay. Then the active past will be what I have washed my car. Ich habe mein Auto gewaschen. Okay, now we want to use the passive voice. The passive voice is when we ignore the performer or the doer of the action. Okay, but then the more we give more emphasis to the action being performed what on the direct objects. Okay, so the active passive will be the car is being washed. That's Auto wird gewaschen. Okay, that's Auto wird gewaschen. Now, the Zustand passive is when the car is washed. Okay, I shouldn't take this because I shouldn't take this. A bit confusing because we also have the past tense of the passive, the active passive. So Zustand passive is the action is done. Okay, the current state. Der, sorry, that's Auto is gewaschen. The meaning where me fine. Okay, yeah. But then ignore the Zustand passive. Zustand passive, I think that I met it in B2. Okay, so now it's not important. Okay. But then just as we have the past tense of the active sentence, we also have the past tense of what? The active passive. Okay. So if the active passive is formed with werden, what's the past tense of werden? Werden means become, to get, to turn, or to will, as in to intend to do something. Okay. Yeah. So the past tense will be what? The past tense is
Wurde.
yeah, wurde. Wurde. Okay, or the wurden. Okay, the past tense is wurden, which is what? Became, got, and I will, I have. Yeah. Okay. Then the present perfect is formed with sein. Okay. It's formed with sein. Ist so so and so geworden. Okay. Or ist so so and so plus verb plus worden. A whole topic on its own. Werden. So werden is a it's an important verb in German, and sometimes it's complicated, but then you just have to use it in all these all these cases or tenses so that you get used to it. Okay, because maybe avoid werden, geworden, worden. So like when do we use all these? Okay, well, but then go far back, right? So yeah, so in the active passive, when you want to say that the the car became washed, then that's Auto wurde gewaschen. Or using the second one, this is the past tense. Using the present perfect, I mean the past passive with the present perfect. Make it can't remember variable one. Will be that's Auto ist gewaschen worden. Okay. I think I have to teach Verden alone. Yeah, so are you guys there?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
One at a time, Charlie.
Also, also okay, let me start with the verb werden itself. Okay. I'm not teaching anything new. Yeah. Ah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the verb werden is to become. I've written it here. Just copy it. Okay, so I am turning 22. Turning 22 will be I'm turning 22 soon. Very soon. Will be, you know the conjugation of werden?
Ich werde 22 bald, oder?
Ich werde bald, Adverbial plus of time. Ich werde bald 22. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yesterday I became 22. I turned 22. But before we go to the past, I said you have two ways of forming a past tense with werden. Past tense is a fixed past tenses. The past tense of werden
Worden.
is worden. Worden. Okay. So worden. Speak the U well. Worden. So we won't assume that you are saying what worden, which is the conjunctive. Okay. So the past tense of werden is worden. Okay. Became, turned, got. Then the present perfect, because every verb in German has its past tense and its what present perfect. Even sein has its past tense. The past tense of sein is what war was in English, and the present perfect is what has became, has become. Sorry, has become. Sorry, oh, has been. Yeah, has been is what is gewesen. Okay, yeah. So every verb in German has the present like in of any infinitive form, which is the present tense. Then the past tense and what and it's what present perfect, which is the positive zwei. So the present perfect of werden is formed with design because it's always about what change of state. To become means what you is changing, something changing from one state to another. To get means what initially something wasn't there, but something has what received or something has gotten. Okay, to get with where werden doesn't literally means getting something from, but then maybe the weather got cold. Okay, something like that. Change of state, as in something got something. Yeah, then to tend to will or to are planning to do something in the future. Yeah. So present perfect is formed with design, which is what ist with geworden. Okay, ist with geworden or ist plus other verb used in the sentence plus worden. Okay, the difference between these two usage depends. So um if if there are other verbs in the sentence, okay, then we use the other verb will be in the positive form. Positive zwei form of the verb. Okay, but then let's start with the past tense. So I turned 22. Past tense will be what? Ich wurde 22. Oder gestern wurde ich 22. Ich wurde gestern 22. Okay, I became 22 yesterday. Now we want to say I have become 22. I have turned 22. I have turned 22. Okay, I have turned 22. In this sentence, there is no other verb aside what? Turning. Because the haben here is formed with sign, so it's ist. Okay, apart from the verb itself, there's no other verb. Okay, so ich bin gestern 22 geworden. Okay, sein plus geworden. Okay, let's use another example before we come to how the second one is used. So the weather is getting cold. So the weather is getting cold, but
Das Wetter wird kalt.
das Wetter wird kalt. Okay, so you want to say the weather, past tense, the weather got cold or turned cold or became cold, got cold. Will be what? Das Wetter Wurde kalt. Retro word. Okay, das Wetter wird kalt. Das Wetter wurde kalt, past tense. Now we want to you send it to the present perfect. The weather has become cold. Cold will be what?
Das Wetter ist kalt geworden.
Yeah, das Wetter ist kalt geworden. Okay, so it's not difficult, oder? So all these sentences, there is no other verb aside what? Werden. Okay. Okay. Aside the werden itself, getting something, something becoming something. Yeah. But this is common. The second format with the present perfect, this second format is often used in the passive sentence, in the past tense, as in present perfect. But with adjectives, we always use this. He became a mother. She's becoming a mother. Sie wird Mutter sein oder sie wird Mutter. Okay, so she became a mother. Sie wurde Mutter. Okay, sie wurde Mutter. But the present perfect will be sie ist Mutter geworden. She has become what? A mother. Okay, yeah. But then when there are other verbs in the sentence, like I don't know, whenever I have to make examples, we really make
Like the weather has been recorded or something like that.
the weather has been recorded is still passive. Okay, it's still passive because the weather can't record itself, but it's still passive. So it like just basically that's better weird so and so um maybe I'll use it. Maybe
Like the food is cooked.
the food is cooked is still that's S. Okay, but still the same. That's S and first in the normal present, the food is being cooked with what? That's S and weird gekocht. The food is being cooked. That's S and weird gekocht. Okay. But when you want to say the food became cooked or the food got cooked, but that's Essen wurde gekocht. Oder using it in the present perfect, das Essen has become, ist gekocht werden. Ja, gekocht, ja. Yeah, yeah, with sign, yeah. Present perfect.
Oh,
So yeah, even yes, yeah. Das Essen ist gekocht worden. Worden. Yeah, good. Well, for guys, yeah. So Karen, your sentence was also correct. I was thinking outside the box that time. So the weather became like the weather became recorded. Let's try to make um he was seen. Do you know that sentence when this I use like this sentence made me understand the passive. I was struggling with the passive. Like the first time I heard it, they used this was the sentence they used with the passive sentence. He was seen last week. So I was like, he was seen last week. And if I say, yeah, hat letzte Woche gesehen, this means that he has seen last week. Okay, so it means so I haven't gotten the sentence correct. So he became seen. Okay, so he became seen. Okay, the action wasn't performed by him, but it was performed by others. So that's the passive. Okay. Yeah. The action wasn't performed by what the object. So I saw him. But when we want to say this he became seen. I saw him, but then he became seen. He is now the subject. I saw him. He's the direct object. But then now we want to say that the object became seen, or the object was seen. So he was seen will be what? The correct sentence would be what? Passive. Let's start with the present perfect. He is being seen. He's being seen on TV. Yeah, that will make more sense in English. He's been seen on TV. Okay, he has appeared on TV, and everybody is seeing him. Will be what? He appeared. He appeared. On TV. Okay, on TV. Preposition I'm using a module. And are you hello?
Yeah,
So he appeared out them fence. Yeah, I can see it. When you say out them fence, yeah, like it means that like he was on the TV. It's totally wrong. Okay, but normally Germans we say we use preposition. I think im appeared im fence. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, when you say auf will be wrong. Auf begins when you say auf them fence. This means on the TV. And then he appeared im fence. Yeah, I can see it. I know say he's not inside the TV. They will have something like I've never come across that too. But then the less use if yet in fancy I can see it. Okay, he's been seen on TV. Okay. Let me search for before you start using it in your exams, then you feel like our teacher taught us that. Yeah, correct. Clap for your teacher. That is correct. Seen on TV is Infanzia. So er wird im Fernseher gesehen. Okay, he's been seen on TV. Er wird im Fernseher gesehen. So we want to say he was seen on TV. To be what? Er wurde. You can use the past tense, of which is better. So er wurde im Fernseher gesehen. He was seen on TV. Are you following? Then using the present perfect to be what? Er ist letzte Woche im Fernseher gesehen was worden. So when there's another verb, then we use what ist worden. But then when there's no other verb, and mostly when it's about just change of state as an adjective, something changing to something, then we use what ist geworden. But then when there's other verb, then we use what? The worden, ist worden. Sense? Hmm? Sense? Hmm?
Yeah.
All right, let's for more examples. Okay, I am turning off the lamp. I'm turning off the lamp for the what? This
Abi, do we use marking or shouting or
egal.
is marke die Lampe
Marke die Lampe aus oder ich schalte die Lampe aus. Okay, yeah. So you want to say, now we want to send this sentence to the passive sentence. Now the lamp is what will be our subject. So the lamp is being turned off.
Die Lampe wird ausgemacht.
Lampe wird ausgemacht. Okay, I want to say the lamp the lamp became turned off, or the lamp got turned off. Past tense.
Die Lampe wurde ausgemacht.
Die Lampe wurde ausgemacht. Okay, I want to say the lamp has been turned off.
Die Lampe. Die Lampe ist ausgemacht worden.
Ja, ausgemacht worden. Ja. Simple as that. Okay. One last example with adjectives. So I want to use change of states. My phone is getting old. Yeah, I'll be done soon. So my phone is getting old. My phone is getting old will be what?
Mein Handy wird alt.
My handy wird alt. Okay. My handy wird alt. I want to say that my phone became old or got old, but became old will fit in English. My phone became old. Will be
Mein Handy wurde alt.
my handy wurde alt. Okay, I want to say my phone has become old.
Mein Handy ist alt worden.
My handy has become old. Will be there's no other what verb. Okay, because this format with worden is when there's other verb, then the other verb will be what in the passive. Why? Then we just use what worden. But in this sentence, it's just change of state as an adjective. Okay, so my phone has become old. Yeah. So my handy
Alt
is alt geworden. Yeah. It's just adjectives as in change of something, then it's sein plus what? Geworden. But then when there are other verbs in the sentence, then the other verb will be what? Maybe the picture is being painted. The picture became painted. So the picture is being painted with what? Das Bild wird gemalt. Okay, so malen means painting. So das Bild wird gemalt. If you want to say the picture became painted, then what? Das Bild wurde gemalt. Das Bild wurde gemalt. Now I want to say the picture has become painted. Then be what? Das Bild ist gemalt worden. Okay, then with the substantive passive, we want to say, oh, the picture is painted. Then for das Bild ist gemalt. It's not complicated, just that it's too much. Like it's too much, but it's not complicated, just that it's plenty. Okay. That's why, please, you have to work on the exercise with the conjunctive, the 100, and you need to get everything right. 100, 100. Okay. When you get everything, so it shouldn't be like guess and you'll be pointing to the right answers, the quiz, selecting the right answers, not just randomly selecting answers. Okay. Then make sure that you write every sentence out. It's 100. I know it's plenty, but then that's language. You need to put in the work. Okay. So when you get time, please do that. Write everything down because now I'm not sure I'll go back to the conjunctive 2 again because I've taught the conjunctive 2 in details. both with what simple verbs, both with modal verbs in the past and in the present, with conditional sentence, everything. Okay, so the exercise covers everything. Okay, and it's in order. Okay, yeah, so please try to do that exercise. Then later I will send exercise on the passive, then another with what the verb with last. So unfortunately I gotta go. Okay, gotta party. Boy, the party giddy giddy 2 by 4 party. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be going to work tomorrow. I'll close at I'll close late. I'll close at 7. That's 6 in Ghana time. So if only maybe I get home maybe 15 minutes after 7, then we will meet. Yeah, I think tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow we can meet. Okay, maybe at least I can have a class with you from maybe from Ghana time 6 to 8. It wouldn't be bad. Okay, I will try. But my brain so there. But then I will try because I have to. We have to. Okay. So yeah. Alice Clark, any question? Any question? No question? No question?
No.
Okay, so please form more sentences of your own. Turn the sentences, use the active sentence, turn the sentence into the passive sentence. Use the Now turn the passive sentence into what? Um what am I trying to say? Um turn the passive into the past tense and turn the passive into what the present perfect. So the next thing to be covered with passive will be passive with modal verbs. We say, hey, it's also yes, passive no, I don't know yet to say example you say yeah, um I can turn off the lamp. Ich kann die Lampe ausmachen. I can turn off the lamp. The passive will be what? The lamp can be turned off. Okay, you still use the verb, but schau mal, dass die Lampe kann ausgemacht werden. And no, I don't know. Just the same thing. Ausgemacht, but this time the werden, just for werden. Okay, that's Lampe, sorry, the Lampe kann ausgemacht werden. The lamp can be turned off. So the um, I can cook the food. Ich kann das Essen kochen. The food can be cooked is the passive. The food can be cooked. Okay, so das Essen kann gekocht werden. Simple as that. Okay, I always say that a German is still, they have the same like the roots are consistent. Just they are plenty. Okay, but then you have to just use them in every context in all tenses so that you get used to it. Okay, yeah. When we with the modal verb because it's the past tense, you just only change the modal verb, but use the past tense of the modal verb. The rest being the same thing. Okay, so it's not complicated. So we build on that Takanga cry, okay? Okay. Okay. So we will meet again until next year, okay? Choose.
So until next year.
Oh, I'm joking.